But there needs to be actually a lack of focus, because if you get too hell-bent on a particular girl and a particular seduction and you get completely sucked in, that's what causes you to chase after girls and get needy, and you start texting them all the time. Hey guys, Hector Castillo-Poppy from girlschase.com. Today I want to talk about the difference between pickup and seduction and relationships. Now this is going to be a 3-part video series. In this first part, I'm going to go over what makes seductions seductive. Second part, I go over what makes relationships unique in their principles for being relationships. And then also I'll go into why some people misapply relationship principles to seduction and seduction principles to relationships, and how that gets them into trouble when they're doing either. And then in the third part, I'm going to teach you how to transition from either a relationship mindset, if you're very slow and you take your time with things, to a seduction mindset, or going from a seduction mindset, a player mindset, fuckboy, lover, to more of a relationship mindset when that's what you want to have. So what makes a seduction a seduction? What are the unique principles of seduction that you need to understand to have better seductions? There's obviously a lot involved with a seduction. This won't be exhaustive and comprehensive, but it's going to give you the stepping stones to start seeing seductions in a unique light as opposed to relationships. So, seductions are about 3 things. They're about passion and excitement. They're about fast decisions and fast consequences, and they're actually about a lack of focus rather than having a lot of focus. So passion and excitement, this should be self-explanatory. You see a girl, you find her sexy, nice ass, nice tits, you're just drawn to her. She's also drawn to you. Now girls are a little bit more attracted to personality features, but of course they're going to be attracted to the way that you look. So you're going to be wanting to focus on the superficial as much as you possibly can to get the maximum results that you can. But also personality is important. The way that you come up and speak to her, the way that she sees you moving your body language, your facial expressions, the tone of your voice. These are all going to play into her initial first impressions. And they're going to be very fast decisions because it's going to be mostly emotional. Yeah, she's going to be thinking about, what kind of guy is this? She can maybe talk to her friend and be like, hey, some guy talked to me. He got my number. He wants to take me out for a coffee. This is what happened. What do you think? Da, da, da. She's going to think about it and reflect upon it. But most of these feelings are going to be based on a 5-minute interaction, and then an hour coffee, and then a 2-hour dinner date for the second date, or possibly much quicker. You meet each other at the bar in the club and boom, it's just really fast. You guys are having a great conversation, you're really feeling it, but it's mostly emotional because you really don't know that person this well. Your intuition is telling you certain things and your instincts are telling you certain things, but it's still so fast, and it's about passion and excitement. And that's what's going to get her to feel attracted to you, because in contrast to relationships, passion will go down. I think it's an important thing to always have in a relationship, and I think that's a huge problem with a lot of relationships is they lack that passion and that fire. But it will taper off a little bit once you're in a relationship. So you want to have as much of that passion and excitement in the seduction as you can, because, well, it's just awesome in and of itself. Like, don't you want to be having a good time? But also because if you do transition into a relationship with that person at some point, and you have to go through this stage first, you don't just, hey, you're my girlfriend. So you want to have as much as passion and excitement and sexiness and intrigue as you possibly can. And understand that you're going to be needing to focus on this because that's what's going to get her to want to fuck you and to want to sleep with you and hook up with you. Okay, so passion and excitement. Now, fast decisions and fast consequences. It's related to this, to the first part, because when you're talking to a girl at the bar, it could be going well for the first 5 minutes, and then at the 10-minute mark, she's kind of getting bored, kind of gets awkward, whatever. She starts getting distracted by her friends, and it's gone. So whatever decisions you made in those first 5 or 10 minutes are going to have possibly an everlasting effect on the fact that you're never going to see her again. You're never going to get another chance with her. She's going to be making very, very fast decisions, and you're going to be having to make very, very fast decisions on whether you like this girl. What should you say? Should you try and, kiss her? Should you try and take her home? It's going to be a lot of intuition and a lot of instinct, and that's going to either play to your benefit or if you're slow and indecisive, or if you just choose the wrong thing and move too quick or too slow, then you're gonna lose her. So you need to understand that all of your decisions in the seduction are gonna have very apparent and quick consequences in your face right now. That joke that you tell, that question that you ask her, the way that you're behaving, the tone of your voice, how much focus you're giving her, how much you're not. There's that dance and there's that interplay, but you're gonna find out very quickly on the spot how she feels about you, and it could possibly lead to you seeing her again, or even you going home with her and sleeping with her and possibly turning into more. Or within 5 minutes, she has to go to the bathroom and has to find her friends, and it's done. And so knowing that it is that volatile of a situation, you need to be prepared for those results and those consequences. Lastly, there needs to be a lack of focus. While you're in the moment, yes, you should be thinking, okay, I need to say the right things. I want to, show the best sides of myself. I want to be funny. I want to be sexy. I want to learn how to connect with her, all that. But there needs to be actually a lack of focus, because if you get too hell-bent on a particular girl and a particular seduction and you get completely sucked in, that's what causes you to chase after girls and get needy, and you start texting them all the time. And you start getting heartbroken that she hasn't texted you back, or you go on 1 date or 2 dates and then, something happens. And so if you have too much of a relationship perspective with this and you're going too slow, that's why we tell guys move fast and go for sex quickly, because it's enjoyable and fun in and of itself. But if you're going too slow, well, a lot of things can happen. And if you have the perspective to always take your time and go really slow, that's just inviting reality and other men to get there faster. So there, of course, is a skill set, and you got to know how fast or slow to move. But your mentality needs to be, for the most part, look, we're moving fast. This is a volatile market. We're going to have to buy stocks, sell stocks really fast. It's like day trading, basically. There's going to be fast consequences. You're going to find out right away if she liked that joke, and if it offends the shit out of her and it's too much, she's gone, right? But you need to be okay with that, because you have a lack of focus and because you're not totally invested. Maybe investment's another term, definitely to keep in mind with that metaphor of the stock market. Less investment. And so it needs to be not so serious for you. You need to be not so emotionally invested, intellectually invested, and time invested. Let the market be the market. Let the volatility be the volatility. Let it be the way it is, and understand that it is just going to be very quick and sometimes superficial, and it's going to piss you off sometimes, but that's just the nature of it, because you only have so much fucking time, and you might have a lot of options. She might have a lot of options. Probably does, because she's a girl. But you need to also be opening up your options by understanding that these principles are in place. So start to make yourself sexier. Start to understand that you need to move quick with women. Start to understand that they're going to make quick decisions based on one text and one thing that you say, and that's just the way it is, and that's okay. And once you understand that, you can start to play the game better, because you're not expecting the level of slow investment and consideration and empathy and compassion. You wish every girl would give you, 1,000 years to show how great you are, but that's just not how it works. So pickup is pickup seduction. It's fast, it's sexy, but it's also volatile and dangerous, and a lot of times it can be really fucking disappointing and heartbreaking. But if you're not too focused on it, you won't get so emotionally involved, and it won't be so bad, and you're gonna have fun, because you're treating seduction as it should be treated, because it's seduction. So in the second part, we're going to be going over the nature of relationships. Obviously, you can just take whatever I said and just make it the opposite, but there's much more details to that as well. And also in the second video, I'm going to be discussing more kind of how I started to go in there with, okay, if you apply relationship principles here, it makes problems. But also, we're going to go into how a lot of guys who are more like the players and the fuckboys, they're great in this game, but they're really not good when it comes to relationships. And I've seen that trend a lot, and guys who are good in relationships, they're really bad at seductions, and my goal is to make you good at both. So stay tuned for part number 2, where I go into the nature of relationships and also how to not cross-apply the principles and get into trouble when you're dealing with both. Okay, Hector Castillo Poppy from girlschase.com. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe, ring the bell, follow me on Instagram. See you soon. Ciao.